What's up, podcast listeners? We're back, Drew and Andy. Welcome to episode 5 of What's Up Castleberry podcast. We hope you're as pumped as we are. Andy and I are Castleberry residents and local pastors who desire to have casual conversations on this podcast for the good of the people of Castleberry about Castleberry-related topics and including our guests and friends who are involved with Castleberry. So, Andy, it's a beautiful day. Actually, it's not beautiful outside. It's kind of rainy. But what's going on with you? How's your week been?
My week has been great. I am grateful to be alive. I've been involved in some projects that have challenged me and stimulated me, and I love those kind of things. You know, often we run away from obstacles, but I think obstacles help shapen and strengthen our character. So bring them on.
Absolutely.
What about you? How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been good.
I see you got your hair cut.
I did get my hair cut. That's correct.
By a gentleman who didn't understand English very well?
Yeah, I will freely admit it did not turn out as quite like I'd like it, but my wife loves me anyway. Andy, you're still my friend. I'm okay. God loves me.
Yeah,
it's all good.
You know, my friendship is unconditional. Despite a haircut like that, I still think you're a decent guy. And I'm just grateful that our podcasters are listening, not watching. So
correct.
That's good.
Me as well. That's good. Well, hey, Andy, for our news segment this week, I had just a thought as it is the season of Girl Scout cookies. I want to introduce this topic
My favorite season, forget about fall or Christmas, it's Girl Scouts cookies, right?
Absolutely. Well, each week we try to solicit some news, whether it's a Google alert, local social media post, just different things that are happening here locally in Castleberry. So what's going on in the news of Castleberry? And I will tell you, the businesses I attend, the places I go, it seems that it is Girl Scout cookie mania. And so I just wanted to discuss what it is about the deliciousness of the cookies, the whole phenomenon that is Girl Scouts and
so I love
sales.
it. I've been, going to Publix the other day, and there's forever. They must start at 6 a.m. and go to 10 o'clock at night. Different teams of Girl Scouts selling their cookies. And, I always, we're trying to cut down on sugar in our house. So I'll walk by them and say, hey, I'll catch you on the way out on a flippity flip. Then I'll always go out the other door so I can kind of miss them. But I tell you, my kids have been saving up their money to buy Girl Scout cookies. And then they've been keeping them in their rooms and not sharing them. And so part of me says, that's good. I don't want them because I don't need the sugar. But part of me is like, hey, I'm your father. You give me a cookie. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I'm a big fan of anything peanut butter. So those peanut butter covered, they kind of taste like a Reese's peanut butter cup to me.
I'm a Thin Mint guy.
Thin Mint, okay.
Classic,
yeah, absolutely.
Strong, great with a nice cup of tea.
Andy, when did Girl Scout cookie sales become so visible? Can you recall back? It's been several years.
Yeah, well, I hate to break this to you, Drew, but I was never a Girl Scout, so I can't speak with any authority on this. But it does seem that over the last 4 or 5 years, they've really accelerated. I think they got their branding right. I think they got their pricing wrong for a consumer, but great for a nonprofit. So I think they make a lot of money. My son was in the Boy Scouts for a while, and they sold the popcorn. And cookies and popcorn, cookies kind of win every time. They get it right.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's interesting to note that with the cookie sales, so often we have all these wonderful Girl Scout leaders. I assume many of them are mothers of some of the children. Thank you to all the moms out there and Girl Scout leaders who just do such a phenomenal job. I just want to encourage you as just an observer, as a consumer of Girl Scout cookies, that moms, you are doing a great job, and just want to say from the podcast host here, give yourself grace that you are loved, that you are cared for, you are more than the value of those Girl Scout cookies.
And I would just like to encourage Girl Scouts selling cookies or Girl Scout moms selling cookies that we here at the podcast, our podcast team, Drew, myself, and Robin, our brilliant administrator, would welcome a sponsorship from Girl Scout cookies in response for, what do you think, 10, 20 boxes of assorted cookies. We will give you a 30-second shout out on the next podcast.
There you go. You can comment and contact us on our Facebook, Instagram, or podcast feed. I like the plug,
right.
Andy.
Right.
Well, that's been our
hashtag give us cookies, and we will see it very quickly.
Hashtag Cookie Monster. That's been Castleberry in the news for today. Andy, let's shift gears here now, and let's take a moment to answer a question that one of our listeners has submitted to us. We love getting feedback from you. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, as well as this podcast feed, all with the name What's Up Castleberry, and you can post direct messages to us. We'll read them. Robin, our lovely administrator, as we've mentioned, is going to help us find the perfect question to read and discuss on the air. So today's question, Andy, is this. It's about us, Andy and Drew. Where are you from? It sounds like you both have distinct accents. Now, I'm taking that as a compliment. I think you like hearing our voices, but we do. From one another, we have quite
I think the big compliment is that we've got a listener who submitted a question. I mean, that means we're up to 3 now.
Thanks, Mom. So where are you from, Andy? And how did you get your accent?
Yes. So I grew up in England, in various towns in the south. I was kind of born in the southwest in Bristol, and then we lived in Yorkshire, which is up north, as they would say. And then we moved, and I spent most of my formative years in a town called Colchester, which is about 45 minutes northeast of London. It was a great place to live. So many special memories there. It was pretty rural, so we experienced the quiet life. But again, we're only 45 minutes an hour from London, so we wanted the big city. We could experience that again. So that's kind of where my accent originated. But over the years, my accent has changed, and it is rather humorous when people try to guess where my accent is from. Normally, people suggest Boston, the Northeast.
I could hear
that kind of place, and it makes sense, right? Because the Northeast, New England, originated from the UK, and so as I have kind of gravitated south. Sounds like maybe my accent has as well. But I do have a unique accent, and when I go to England, people think I sound American, and when I'm here in America, people think I'm English. So I think really I deserve my own little private island where I can develop my own accent, and
I like that.
People who speak like me.
Be able to talk like Andy. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Andy,
and in fact, we're offering some classes for 3 easy payments of $19.95. I will teach you how to speak like me.
Perfect. Andy, on a quick aside, since, most Americans just associate...
Or I will trade that class for Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, there you go. I like that. The throwback to our Castleberry in the News segment. Andy, so since most Americans believe that England, it's about soccer, right? It's about fish and chips. It's about certain adult beverages. Andy, do you have a specific soccer club that you root for?
Well, I do. I mean, just to correct you, when talking about soccer in England, we call it football.
Oh, it's football.
And there is this crazy reason that we call it football. You know what it is?
No.
It's a game you play with your feet, as opposed to American football, which is primarily a game that you play with your hands. So, just to get that in there.
Well, you know what Americans like to do. We like to take things from England and actually take them over, like our country. So there you go.
All right. Touche. So, your question, my favorite team.
Yes.
My favorite team was a team that most people haven't heard of because they haven't done very well for a number of years, and they are called Ipswich Town, which is close to where I grew up. My dad and I spent a lot of time together watching them and just engaging in sport, and they became my team and my identity, and that's another story. Now, of course, I'm an Orlando City fan.
That's right. In case listeners don't know, our very own Andy here is the chaplain of the Orlando City team and just does a really phenomenal job of celebrating and cultivating a positive atmosphere amongst the team there. Orlando City for life, right?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Well, on my side, I am a Florida born and bred young man. I was
a cracker. What's a Florida cracker?
We are a Florida cracker. That's right.
Is that a compliment or an insult?
I take it as a compliment.
Okay.
I mean, deep roots.
Robin is shaking her head here, saying, "No, you just insulted him."
and we do joke, Andy, that Florida is the one state. The farther north you go and head, the more southern you become. And so I was born in Brooksville, Florida, which is west of here, but it is, I would say, considered southern in that we are very small, very rural community. Very proud of my upbringing there in Brooksville. I've got family from Tennessee and other places in the South, so I do occasionally get referred to as having a more Southern accent.
So as you were stereotyping all British people, let me stereotype all Southern people. Do you drink a lot of iced tea?
That's fair. I am not a huge sweet tea guy, but
sweet tea, that's right.
But lemonade. I love lemonade. I love fish and grits, anything fried. So yes, all those Southern stereotypes do hold true. And I perhaps speak a little bit slower than other folks from other parts of the country. Well, thank you, listener, for that great question. I hope you, over the course of listening to Andy and I, get a sense that we really do enjoy being friends. We enjoy sharing about our life and about what life is like in the city of Castleberry where we live. Today's sponsor is Platinum Signs. Platinum Signs has been a sponsor. Now, this is our 4th episode with them as our premier sponsor. They are located just behind the Target in Castleberry off 1792. Yesha Patel and her team do a phenomenal job of serving businesses and individuals with graphics, logos. I've mentioned in previous podcasts, they served us at Willow Creek with our staff shirts, and they've served the podcast, Andy, with providing just an absolutely beautiful step and repeat banner behind us. So if you have any kind of logo... Which
is great. It makes your haircut look good too.
It does, indeed. It helps. It blends in. If you have any logo, graphic, design that you would like to be featured for your business or individual needs, please contact Yesha Patel at Platinum Signs in Castleberry. They also have an Oviedo location as well. At this time, we're going to transition now to a quick break before we get to today's guests. All right, welcome back. We're very excited here at the What's Up Castleberry podcast to have our guest for today. Our guest is a friend to many, a local for quite a long time. His name is Tim Veigle. Hi, Tim.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
A local for a long time. Tim, how long have you been in Castleberry? What's your family history and roots here?
Technically, it feels like almost my entire life, which is about true.
Okay.
My mom moved to Castleberry probably when I was 4.
Oh, okay.
And then she left Castleberry, moved to Conway, and then we moved back in 92.
So did you go to the Castleberry Elementary School?
I went to Sterling Park Elementary.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Sterling Park, Tuscaloosa, and Lake Howell.
Okay. Gotcha. So you really are a Castleberry
local boy.
Local boy. There.
Very much so.
There we go. And tell us a little bit about you, Tim. What do you do? Who are you? What does life look like for you? That's a big question, isn't it?
Life is very busy for me. So
I know you just got back from Chicago.
Yes. I went to Chicago because I'm actually volunteer for my business fraternity.
Okay.
And they had an event in Chicago, so I went up there and spoke at my business fraternity's event. I also have a wife and a 4-year-old that keeps me very, very busy. I'm a realtor, so that basically means I have no life. And then I also
These are the best kind of guests, the ones with no life.
Yes.
That's the quality we honor. I'm just kidding.
Carved it in our
No, that's not true.
And then I also volunteer for the chamber.
Yes.
So
right. So you are a realtor, Tim. What organization, what realty company do you work for?
Watson Realty.
Watson. And I just saw on social media you won a fairly prestigious award recently.
For the 4th year in a row, I won the Silver Pinnacle Award, which basically means $5 million or more in production.
Wow. Fantastic. Good for you, Tim.
Thank you.
That's great. Well, one of the things that was really interesting to Andy and I as we were preparing to host you as a guest was just what's going on in Castleberry regarding real estate. I mean, all over the place. It seems like new developments are going in, some new homes. It's really exciting time to live here in Castleberry. Tim, as a realtor, when you're talking to both folks in the community and those who are considering joining our community, what's Castleberry's greatest selling point? Why would you encourage people to come move here and live in our city?
I think Castleberry's greatest selling point is one that we are a community. A lot of times you go into these other areas and it's like a little small neighborhood, but in Castleberry it's like everyone's proud to be part of Castleberry. Yeah. Then on top of it, you got so many different parks and recreations involved. And the fact that the city of Castleberry puts on a free event second Friday of every month, it's where you get to go listen to music, have food trucks, and have something to do, and it's not going to hurt your pocketbook.
I think that's great, and that's my experience as well. There's something special about Castleberry. It's more than, and I don't know how to define it, but it's more than a collection of neighborhoods and things like that. There is, people used to talk about community spirit, and Castleberry still has that, and you don't see that very often. And I agree. I think that's a very important selling point. I mean, how do you kind of communicate that with someone who's looking to buy a house?
You just kind of, when you're talking to them, you let them know of all the different amenities, both within the neighborhood and outside the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. The different events that are going on. A lot of areas that have high walkability scores, mm-hmm. people love. Places that they can walk to, have events, enjoy themselves, and then walk home.
So do you know what Castleberry's walkability score is? I've never heard such a thing. But...
Not really sure overall the score on it, because the Zillows and things like that will put what's the walkability score.
Right.
But, the closer you get to like Lake Concord, it's going to be a higher walkability because you have places you can go without transportation.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
okay. I love some of the walking paths and trails in Castleberry, which are connected to Seminole County, which are connected to the broader region as well. I think that's a huge selling point.
Yes, especially if you like to exercise and try to go around that entire path.
Yeah, sometimes those walking paths are so nice, I wish I could just go for a drive down them.
Seriously.
I completely agree, Tim, about the accessibility, the walkability. One thing that Castleberry has been known for, though, is that we are limited in the terms of actual land mass and space. What does that mean for both current and perhaps future housing property values?
Well, the fact that we're kind of limited, obviously, in land mass, because they're obviously not making any more land. So what we're going to start probably seeing is kind of like some of the stuff that you saw in Winter Park, where,
like, for example,
older homes are getting redone, built up. Newer communities, because we have certain patches in Castleberry that are a little bit older, mm-hmm. that investors are going to come in, put some money into it, which is going to really help property values for some of the newer homes that are built in the area as well.
Yeah, that's great for all of us. And again, as house prices go up because of that, there's more that can be built around that and stuff like that, and our community just gets stronger and stronger. That's awesome. So Tim, you mentioned you're also involved in the Chamber of Commerce, and Drew's a member, and I'm a member, and you're our fearless leader, and we love our times with the Chamber. But tell us what the Chamber does. What does an average kind of year look like in the life of a Chamber, and what does your role as president look like?
So I love our Chamber because it's probably one of the more unique chambers out there. Because a lot of the chambers, it's all about promoting the business. And our chamber is kind of like the reverse of that, where it's promote the community.
That's a great way to say it.
There's different chambers that, everyone has certain charities that they affiliate with. Us, we kind of affiliate with everything local. Mm-hmm. So we support the Castleberry Elementary Food Pantry. We support the Castleberry Art House. And we've even created a Castleberry Scholarship for students that go to high schools pulled from the Castleberry area.
That's awesome.
Really? We support local kids going to college through a scholarship. I've heard about this event. I've honestly never participated in it.
You're such a slacker. But I've got a 16-year-old daughter, so my radar is up for things like this.
Can you share about what that night and what that event looks like and just the history there?
So the event, and I believe this year, and excuse me if I'm wrong on the date, but I want to say it's April 1st. I'm sure somebody's going to listen to it and tell me I'm wrong. Hopefully not.
This is no April Fool, though.
That's why I remember the date, actually. So I'm like, oh, great. We're going to give you money. Psych. We're taking it back. But we give out money.
Like Scott's Tots on The Office.
You and your office.
We will not overpromise. Your scholarships money is good. The chamber is good for it.
But we give out scholarships. We try to give 2 to each high school. Lyman High School, Winter Springs High School, and Lake Howell High School. The funds vary. Usually it's somewhere around $500. Depending on the amount of money we raised the year before, we might end up giving more. It's all about balancing the budget on that part. And, we have a nice event at Gallery J. And what we'll end up doing is we present them with their scholarship. We also go present them at the school. And we have a very dedicated scholarship committee that goes through all the essays.
Including one of our own school board members, correct? Karen Allman?
Actually, yes. Karen Allman.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Karen.
She's very dedicated to the scholarship, and she does a lot for it, and we thank her for that. But, yeah, she makes sure everything gets out to the schools so it gets properly promoted so that we can help somebody with some of the cost of college.
That's fantastic. I mean, you hear Chamber of Commerce, and cynically, it's easy to say, "Oh, consume." But I love that our chamber is how can we be generous? How can we support? How can we build? So you have monthly meetings with different speakers.
Yes.
And a great meal, and you do several events throughout the year. Tell us about those events and what you got coming up soon.
So coming up, we have the golf tournament, which is a very rare one, I think, too, because we've partnered with the Maitland Chamber. And it's kind of like Maitland versus Castleberry. And the way we kind of approach that one is we're both kind of like two forgotten cities. Maitland gets overwhelmed sometimes by Winter Park. We get overwhelmed by some of the other cities in Seminole County. So it's the tales of two cities saying, hey, we're here. Don't forget about us.
Is there a healthy competition there?
Healthy, but we definitely want to beat Maitland.
All right, that's that like
if Mary,
there's an unhealthy competition. Those are the best kind.
If Mary's listening, I'm sure she's probably going to text me.
Yeah, good. So let's kind of make a little shout out right now. If you are a golfer and would like to join one of the teams, reach out to Tim. But here's the deal: if you're not a good golfer, don't reach out because we only want the best because we want to hashtag beat Maitland.
Exactly.
I like that. Tim, so as far as serving the community, giving back financially, we've touched on those. What would be two questions for you? Number one, what would be the best way for people to explore and learn more about what the chamber is doing? Would it be attending a meeting? Would it be going on our Facebook or website? What would you suggest people to do to kind of research more about the chamber? And then I'll ask a follow-up.
Multiple avenues. Definitely you could check out our website. You could check out our Facebook to learn about everything that's coming up, as well as we got our business luncheons that we do first Wednesday of every month. So come on out. You get a good lunch.
That's at Metro Life
Church. You'll get a good lunch. You get a good speaker. In March, it actually is going to be our State of the City. So we'll have a lot of the different officials from the city of Castleberry there talking about what's to come.
Yeah, I know in the past you've had the city manager, the chief of police, the mayor on a panel together, and that is a fascinating don't miss event in the city. Yeah,
that's right. And so, Tim, for business leaders and business owners, folks that work for different companies that I'm sure are listening, what would you say is maybe the number one incentive motivation for them to be involved, to join the chamber in membership, like you yourself have joined?
It's just really the synergy. A lot of people will join chambers because they're trying to get referrals and increase their business, which, that is the main purpose of it. But there's also the purpose of the knowledge and what you gain from improving your network. The more people you have in your network, the greater reach you have. The greater reach you have, the longer your business might thrive in our current environments.
I love it. What are some of the ways that the chamber has shaped you as a leader?
Well,
Sorry, that's not on our sheet. I just asked that one right.
No, that's fine. That's completely fine. I think it's helped me with a different level because of me already volunteering with my business attorney, I already deal with multiple personalities, but they're also college students. So it's a different mindset when you're dealing with the business leaders because I'm still dealing with multiple personalities.
Right.
But it's a different conversation than that's hazing, you can't do that, versus, okay, this is why we don't want to do it.
Right.
So I think it's really helped me hone that skill of bridging the gap from me talking to younger people to now dealing with business leaders.
Gotcha. That's good. Well, we're so grateful for the leadership that you offer at the Chamber. I know you do lots of other events. You do the golf tournament. We've talked about some of those, the kickball tournament. Want to talk about that. Also, food and wine. Of everything that you do, what's your favorite event? What is the kind of event that brings us closer together and makes us stronger as a community?
I would have to say the food and wine event.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm sure many people go to the Epcot Food and Wine and they end up spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. For us, you spend $20 to $30, all you can eat, all you can drink while we have supplies.
Yeah. And you have some great vendors too.
Yeah. And we got some really good food. Some of the food you might have never even tried that are local. And then after you try it there, you suddenly will go eat there later on.
That was my experience when I went last year. I was walking around the food vendors, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know we had this kind of food in our area. And it's really increased my restaurant repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that event is great. I've had the privilege of serving a couple of years as a representative of the chamber, and
you're the wine tester.
Somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
Tim, you do a really nice job. You and the entire team of putting that event together. It's every November at Lake Concord, and I personally enjoy kind of dressing up a little bit and just seeing some folks come out and make Castleberry Classleberry. Well, so that's a word.
Yeah, there you go. There's a hashtag for us.
You heard it here first.
And so, Tim, you and Drew work together on the kickball tournament, which is coming up soon as well. And we're encouraging local businesses, organizations, churches, fraternities to submit a team. And that's a day of healthy competition as well. You want to tell us about that a little bit?
So, kickball tournament, early April. Drew's been our fearless leader of it. Is this your third year?
I have. This is my third year. It's Saturday, April the 4th is the kickball tournament. It's for those that are 16 years of age and up. As Tim mentioned at the beginning of our time together, the funds go back into the community, specifically the Castleberry Elementary Food Pantry. So if you'd like to sign up for kickball, you can reach out to our chamber website or our chamber Facebook page, or me directly. I'd love to connect you and form a team. In fact, one of the joys for me is seeing teams of people come together, have healthy competition, but also have kind of the faith community as well as the business community coming together for this great event.
Well, my church is going to put together a team this year, and our one goal is to at least not lose too heavily to Castleberry Elementary, who seem to beat us every year. So kudos to those Castleberry teachers, but we're coming for you. We're coming for you.
They bring ringers.
Well, you said it, Tim, not me.
Well, Tim, as we kind of wrap up our time, thank you so much for being our guest today. Tim, I want to give people the opportunity who are interested either in real estate or the Chamber of Commerce or other endeavors, things that you are passionate about, including perhaps UCF. You're wearing your Knights shirt. Go Knights.
Go Knights.
Yes.
How can people, Tim, find out more about the Chamber, more about you, and possibly get more involved and connected?
Yeah, definitely with the Chamber. It's the website, our Facebook is going to be great avenues for it. As far as me personally,
what's your web address?
Now you're putting me on the spot. URLs?
I think it's castleberrychamber.org.
Castleberrychamber.org is what I think it is. If not, you can Google. I heard Google's a good service. And then you can also find me.
Won't last.
You can find me through my website, which is timveigle.watsonrealtycorp.com. Or you can also find me on my business Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere on social media except for Twitter.
Well, you are a pretty connected guy, which fits because you are a guy who connects our community to each other, and we really appreciate that. We thank you for coming on the show and for providing us with some information. Hopefully, some of our listeners will reach out and look to buy a house from you, but certainly get involved in the chamber and some of the great events and activities that they have. So thanks for being a guest, but more than that, thank you so much for being a leader and a difference maker in our community. And so often leaders don't get thanked enough. So we want to say thank you, Tim, for all that you do. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks again, Tim, for sharing your insights on what's happening in Castleberry. For our closing now, we'd like to transition to Andy, who has an inspirational quote for us that will hopefully encourage you, the listener.
We do have a source for this quote, and it comes from C.S. Lewis. And this is the quote of the week. True humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. True humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. One of the things I love about this quote is it reminds us that we need to stay humble. We need to seek to put others first. We need to look at being the servant. You know, Drew, one of the things that I really have a hard time with, and I think is the root of so many of our problems in society, is the ego. Right? That we get so full of ourselves, so consumed about us. We think the world revolves around us. And when we're living like that, we can't build community. We can't play our role in our society. We can't make a difference in our city. So I love what C.S. Lewis is saying here. True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less.
That's beautiful. And Andy, I could completely agree with you. Humility, servant leadership is a theme we've touched on in the past. It's a good quality of being a citizen. And I love in that quote, it is not saying to put yourself down, to think less of yourself and who you are. Each one of us has unique and specific value in the eyes of our Creator. And so we're very thankful for how we were made, but appropriately setting the standard of where we rank in terms of the big picture.
Yeah. And humility is a difficult thing for us. It's counterintuitive. So maybe we'd challenge our leaders today to do a humble act today. Maybe it could be something as simple as going up to a coworker and saying, hey, I appreciate X about you, or I really appreciated when you did this and it made a difference. But we'd encourage you to do a humble act to encourage someone around you today.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the What's Up Castleberry podcast. When
you said beautiful, were you talking about me or your new haircut or the quote?
Oh, I've got a closing haircut remark in just a minute. This podcast today was produced by James Bittner. Thank you, James. Music provided by Jeremy Birdsall.
Woo!
Graphics by Christian Moscosko. We thank you to our administrator, Robin.
Yes!
And today's sponsor, Platinum Signs. For more information, please check out our Facebook page, Instagram, podcast feed, all with the name What's Up Castleberry. Please like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Leave a review. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, Andy, I'm going to go get a haircut. Have a great week.